So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
The best way of learning about anything is by doing it. Richard Branson. Hi guys. I love that quote, and it takes me into something that I was, experiencing the other day. I was driving around Wilmington, and I've been in this city on and off for over maybe 20 years. It was really, really sad to see so many businesses closing. Businesses that I used to go many years ago, they're closed. Many of them in bankruptcy, even big stores. And some of them thriving, right? And I ask myself a question. What's the difference? Why some business during this new change that we're transitioning, and we're whatever the situation, whatever the creation or not, the whole cycle with the China virus has changed the way we live. And we truly don't know how long is it going to last. Is it going to last 3 months? Is it going to last a year? We don't know that. So the question is, can we be cause or should we be effect of it, right? There's no other option. So driving, I realized, some similar industries, one were closed and in bankruptcy, and one were doing great. So I asked myself, what is the difference? It's the same industry, right? One restaurant locked down, the other one thriving, and under the same circumstances, right? And I took a look, and I think it has to do with viewpoint. Be willing to pivot or change your viewpoint. Am I going to stand here and say, well, until these circumstances are not changing, nothing is going to happen and I'm going to collapse with my business? Or, you're going to say, okay, what can I do about it? How can I move fast and create the circumstances that could still make my business go no matter what's happening? I was hearing, a couple of hours ago, in fact, an example on another city. One restaurant, bankruptcy, closed down. They had to shut it off. The other restaurant, the other side of the street, was booming. So, you know what the difference was? The day that everything was on lockdown, and they announced that that was it, right? We had to close down. That same day, the owner of one of the restaurants went to Home Depot and got everything set up, changed the kitchen, set up how can I do drive-through, right? How can I deliver, to the cars? How can I live, We have to be creative, in times of stress. We need to change fast. If the situations change, we need to change faster. So I guess it's just something that I was looking at, and I wanted to invite you to look, If you drive around in your own cities, you might see that. Some cities are aching more than in others, but still, we're under the same circumstances one way or another. And so that brings me to the point that it's just about changing habits. Now, if we're going to depend on what did we learn in the university, what are you going to do? Well, truly enough, they didn't teach us that, right? For those who have the unfortunately circumstance of going to the university and learning so much theory, amounts of theory, nothing wrong with it, because it is amazing the people you meet, the relationships you make, the wealth that people give you, right? But truly, in a matter of data that you can apply, it's just not there. And going back to the quote that I started, this podcast with, is the best way to learn or of learning about anything is by doing, right? Doing is magic, because by doing you experiment and you see what works and what doesn't work, and you're able to go out there, and if you hit into a problem, you create solutions on the go, right? Especially in circumstances like these ones. So maybe today it is a short podcast, but I just wanted to leave you with that thought, right? Viewpoint. Is the glass half full or the glass half empty? Why won't it be half full for you? Or maybe you feel the whole freaking glass and it's totally full, right? Using crisis on our favor. And again, the best way of learning about anything is by doing. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day.
Thanks for joining us today on 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again. We love always hearing from you. Please feel free to send Marina an email, marina@marinasimonbrand.com. Your input and comments are always welcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like the podcast, you can always subscribe to it. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it.